Legion marches.
Welcome on back everyone to Total War Warhammer 3 and part 19 of our Fugath Plaguefather SFO Grimmhammer campaign. We're here with the Grand Duke to throw down with Village the Curseling and one of his illustrious minions. He's got Valmir and a whole bunch of Sorcerers of Tzeentch. There are 4 of them total, and Village himself. A bunch of Tzeentch marked Forsaken and Spawn as well. So we're going to be dealing with a lot of Spawn, a lot of Forsaken, and a lot of Hound Dogs, which are not going to be doing too much damage at all because we have a lot of physical resistance. And I've dropped in a couple extra plagues here. We've got Mucus Runs and the Constant Vomiting. We've got some extra summons and Vanguard Deployment, which will be very key at attacking this first army and hopefully crunching them before Village arrives in a very short 46 seconds. Our battleground is as follows. We've got a bit of a choke point here. As long as we can keep only a few of our troops engaged at once, we shouldn't take too much damage from his magic, but he's got so many spellcasters. All within his golden hounds, there's going to be probably a heap of casualties just because of magic. Let's get to it. Alright. Our chances are not amazing. And that doesn't help things either. So the fact that Village is coming in from there, though, means we can likely get them trapped down in this choke point as we charge up through this first one as well. So let's start deployment. We need to make sure that our speedy units are still going round wide, with the Pox Riders taking the other flank. I'm going to have the Spawn actually in the center, as they're by far our most tanky. And then we'll have the Nurglings behind them, but not too many. We'll do just a single unit here, just behind them. Have some of the other Plague Bearers in the back. Trying to figure out where the best placement is for all our troopers here. We got the one spellcaster here, and it's just a Tzeentch one, so we should make sure all of our very mean anti-armor or anti-large is in here. Again, his Golden Hounds on the other side is going to be a huge problem. Some Nurglings that are not deployed, we'll grab you two. Spread them out a little bit, so hopefully they're not getting hit by as much flame. AI likes to direct it almost in a vertical line away from their spellcaster, so as long as you're reacting accordingly, it should work out just fine. Let's make sure our Exalted Plague Bearer is there to give, or the Exalted Hero is there to give all of his buffs and debuffs. We'll just have our extra reinforcements ready to go to where they're needed. Alright, so Lords and Heroes, Infantry Lads, of all the Nurglings in guard mode. Same thing with the Exalted Plague Bearers, just they're not advancing and being goofy. All the speedy units. Let's have the Hounds of Decay. Really, they're perfect on either side. We'll have them rolling with the Pox Riders. And then we can have the Plague Drones going over after his enemy Sky Flyers, the Screamers of Tzeentch. Keep them back far enough where they're not getting targeted off the bat there. Close enough where they can drop down and help out. Alright. This is going to be rough. Let's get to it. Alright, they're going to stream straight down towards us as we expect. Scoot everyone with weapons forward. Blue fire is going to be something we really can't do anything about. We just have to accept it. Come on up, lads. Go ahead and drop the Curse of the Leopard. Is that a area of effect? It is not, so we'll just drop it on the Flood. Give them all the extra. And smash in, go after their Lord. Same thing with you there. Chase down that Lord. We'll have our drones go after the Screamers. Everyone else is charged right on in. Start breaking these Forsaken. Our Forsaken themselves are taking a serious pounding. Drop heals on them. We lost a single one already. Bring the Toads up the back to break the others, and we've already got reinforcements arriving, which is going to be marvelous. extra damage. Pestilent Breath. Right through the line. Get for the heals on everyone around us. Extra melee defense. We need to deal with the casters. Extra spell resistance for rovers up front here. They are 100% going to need it. Here comes the Guinness. The waves and waves of Guinness Golden Hounds. Toad Swarm cometh. Well, we need to get the Hounds of Decay away from the fighting. I will summon in the Plague Bearers behind this group to help out. They're out of ammo, so go ahead and start smacking.
I'll destroy them.
Now, these Nurglings are going to be used for fodder aggressively. Drop your Locus of Contagion, give these guys a bit of melee reflection there. Wouldn't mind passing some heals out to not these Nurglings, they're already lost. But the second group is probably not a bad call. Bring the Taliban around, and then we can have one of these other spawn units come up and help out. Let's go for a Spirit Leech on this Sorcerer. Manticore is gonna have a horrible day. Help out. Drop the Winds of Magic recharge for this Metal Sorcerer. And how are we doing on the backside here? Let's break these final Spearmen of Siege, and we'll have the Toads pull out, go around. We're losing another group of Nurglings, which I think is completely acceptable, all things considered. Let's go after, finish off these spawn. We'll have the Forsaken come up and deal here. Keep dealing death. Will give yourself a bit of spell resistance. Now, actually, we're going to need it for probably just more Nurglings. He's such a chunky, healthy boy, he should have no problem absorbing that damage. Weaken this Manticore. Let the Toads waddle around the back. Toads and Hounds of Decay. Come on out. This way. Hear more Guinness Golden Hounds going down. Oh, we gotta wait. Drops cooldowns. Toads are smashing in. Keep dealing with the Manticore. He's gonna just charge in and run. I can't believe we haven't dealt with the other Lord yet. You guys go after the surviving spawn of Kinch. With some of them as backup. One's blanketing some Fires of Change at us. Let's drop in a Rot, Glorious Rot on everyone in this huge blob here. We'll let you just stay in the back and wait. It's a bold strategy. For a blue fire on our wizard, misses most of them. They might still come around with the extreme heat seeking it has. No, he was probably going for the Toads. Pull them on away. Come on, Toads. Actually, you go have yourself a Hound Dog snack. Easily butchered that group. We are losing some units in the middle, though. Let's have you go after the Sorcerer. The trolls keep running in and escaping. Heals. You boys deal with the Marauder. Should be child's play for you. Absolutely, we've taken a lot of casualties. Come on back over here so we can drop the Locus of Contagion down. I think we want heals on Plague Bearers. Well, they might have already been maxed out, which is unfortunate. Let's go for Visitation on the Sorcerer here. Break Village. Marauders are just going to run away and come back one at a time. You fly over the top, we can drop off the goodies. The gifts of Nurgle. I'll have the Toads turn around and just chase off those Marauders who want to keep coming back. They like to try their luck. Locust and Decay going down, and we can watch some of the proper fighting now. Lots of spawn of teaching here. He's got a bell for everyone. Vicious. And the more you swing that, the more bodies are going to stack up. Let's make sure Village is both slow and weak. And we've lost another unit, or maybe they're coming on back. Looks like most of Village's squad, though, is fully broken and running for the hills. We're going to do our best to deal with these mages here. Excellent. U-Toads chase this mage. We're trying to deal with the Manticore. And who's still left? Is it just the spawn? Make sure the Forsaken are the ones fighting the spawn. They should rip through them pretty quickly. I just watch those icons disappear. Give the big hairy crab monsters a smash. I'd love to have some physics where he hits him with this bell and that upward swing and it just goes flying. Well, that's definitely a victory there over Tzeentch. I'm going to round up as many of his followers as we can. I'll catch you all in a moment. Alright, Nurgle is the king of heroic victories, and who's going to challenge the Grand Duke? Puppets of Misrule and Village? Never. We have no one to devour, apparently, although 1% looks to be quite significant there. We're going to go ahead and offer them up as tribute, though, for a little bit of extra gold.
I shall earn Grandfather's love.
Indeed. He is now quite audacious.
Father Nurgle.
The audacious Duke. And for being as audacious as you are, we're going to give you the Bilious Thunderguff, so you've got yourself now a Chaos Giant and the Frolicker's Bubonic.
We'll spread
Who are our units? Look at you.
Together.
Look for you, yes, exactly. What we're going to do then with his skills, I think we're going to grab that Fetid Stench. So I think hard to hit is going to be the call. Melee defense over attack every single time with Nurgle. And then Linnish troops should be better. I do agree. Let's come on back and grab that. Barbarous.
It's all for you, Grandfather Nurgle.
A man loves Grampy Nurgle. We'll grab the Infernal Champion there. We'll max that on out because it's a total of, I think, 30% extra weapon strength, which is just insane. Bumps them up to around a Legendary Lord status. We've got Egrim Festerheart, who is moving north. Is the Defenders of Shangyang recovered yet? Or are they?
Lord of States.
You'll be able to finish off Egrim. A quick and easy auto-resolve. This one will probably lose more troopers than we did last battle. And not so bad. We'll take the extra tribute again. Terrifying Mask of E, and we've got ourselves a new plague.
A wondrous day.
Start channeling magic. Since we can't stay in friendly territory, maybe we are just barely.
I am too weary.
He's too tired. Here at Shangyang. Not enough gold for anything is super useful. We could snag the control building, that way we don't have to worry about any kind of rebellions up soon. Then I think it's time to start flooding the world in heroes. You indeed need a hero, but how expensive are they? 3,000 for the Plague Ridden? Good grief. Yeah, quite expensive.
Lord of Blight.
Violent Enchanter is going to bump up our Forsaken and Chaos Spawn, where Malefic Sorcerer just makes him a better fighter. Well, I think we'll snag the Rancid Visitations for the aggressive Spear Leech. It's overcosted, but it does a lot more damage.
Used to my talents.
Get used to my talents. And then maybe we can give you some Forsaken? He only has the one Demon Speed. We'll probably get rid of these Marauders. We'll act like they're getting super gifted up. But maybe too much so. Now they're fused with their armor. It's not ideal, but someone's got to do it. Falpus, you just stay here in March, running you up and down. Exercise for the Herald. Actually, let's see. If we recruit you, Heinz is rotten and gallant. Fomenter. He increases the attrition people take? That is evil. Unusually subtle. Yeah, sure, you're 1,000, but we can afford you. Welcome, Fedoran. We'll just have you increase mobility and...
Glorious heat.
Well, they don't have the best hero abilities. We'll just have him be a champion, and we'll have to bring him over into an army. A little bit more armor.
Cracks in the heat.
Skin cracks in the heat. You join up with Falpus. You crackly boy. Oil brag ever wrought. We've got a retinue of heroes, we do. Move Kugath on down towards Orian's camp. It's absolutely time to throw down with Cetra. We're going to try to blitz the Black Pyramid. We've gained a lot of territory, though, the Sentinels. They don't normally crack out and do anything. That's intimidating to see. I haven't taken Kimri yet, though, and I don't see any other of their armies, but we'll find out how much damage they've done soon.
Plaguefather.
Raid.
My pots.
We're gonna get attacked by everyone either way, so let's raid and we'll go into Orient's camp, and we'll make this our next base of operation.
Cultist of the Fly Lord.
My plague cultist. There's already a plague here, so let's come up and through. We'll go after maybe even the Black Pyramid itself.
Plagues.
Spread the plague there.
Shall crumble.
Growth. We've got all of our unholy manifestations. Let's give the extra replenishment rate to the Grand Duke here. And we'll have him continue to press his advantage with Teach. There's no reason to leave them down here, of course. And then we can grab the Blessing of Nurgle and give that over to, I'd say, Kugath proper. Seize an enemy territory. That's going to last for 5 turns. That works for me. And then we'll grab the exponential growth, chuck it in over here at the cursed jungle. Is it Temple of Skulls? Is the major settlement? Yes. We'll chuck it in over here. Speed along the development of our secondary colony in the Southlands, which is coming along nicely. If I could figure out how to use Nurgle's Visitation, I absolutely would. But I'm not sure how we activate this one. Yeah, unfortunate. Alright, let's take a look at our diplomacy real quick. The Drippin' Fangs want a non-aggression back, but they're fighting the Chorfs, so the answer to that one is a hefty no. We need the gold for the outpost, and I need to make sure that they're not going to lose more land. I would love some Cornate spawn. They're a single entity in SFO, and they explode randomly, which does fairly terrifying amount of damage. Death Master Snickage. Is it time to fight again? Indeed. I'm going to declare bring no one with me, and we'll just handle you ourselves. No allies have been chosen to become involved. That's fine. Wild hunt begins, so technically Orion could appear down here in our area. Just I highly doubt it. Imminent rebellion in the Broken Lands of Tianli.
Cultists.
Yeah, let's go ahead and drop off. I want to take it to the Black Pyramid.
Destruction shall be my gift.
Attrition and movement range. Well, yeah, give it to Bagar instead. We love gold. Money. Kugath will just have you come on up. Who's fighting Orion?
Has reached the great king.
Oh, really?
And is found wanting.
Yeah, hush up, Cetra. I've got nothing to say to you. Let's go talk to the High Elves. See how much gold they're willing to give us to join their war with.
Defender of truth. Your words are nothing
Cetra.
to me.
Is that so, Teclis? Well, I have a proposition for you. I'll join your war with Cetra and you give me gold.
Consider it done.
Accepting these terms fills me with horror, but I have little choice. Well, that's because of your programming. Blame it. I'll join your war with Cetra, and we'll start becoming better friends. Deteriorating. The only thing we have in common is a war with Kimry, and that only gives us a 1 positive. That's quite funny. Wait for the elf tide to come after us. Little do they know, we don't really care so much about our secondary colony. Okay, there, Orient's camp. Good grief. Well, that's a nightmare. What a garrison. We fighting on an open field? That'll make things even worse. Oh yeah, we are. Oh man. That is a lot of dangerous Tomb Kings units. We would lose our Grid Unclean one. I mean, we might if they all target them with the Ushabti. Let's go for it, this will be fun. Alright. Fighting against my absolute favorite Tomb Kings unit. Y'all seen my Cetra campaign. An army of Ushabti is nigh unstoppable. So let's get our Festering Stooges ready to go. I think we're going to deploy back in these set of forests. They've got a lot of really large units they're going to struggle with getting around in the trees. So, Bio-Horror Grenade Lads up front. Chosen ready to get involved with them, and they've been renamed to the Guild because it was always supposed to be the Guild just upgrading up to Chosen. Only a few of you lads survived the training, and now we've got 40 Chosen that are very angry. Look amazing. Although I can't lie, being a Nurgle Chosen would be still not a lot of fun. You would be extra chunky. I mean, yes, it would be ripped with muscle, but man, it usually fills people with tumors to make them more tanky and more resistant to blows. I'm just, no thanks. I'll pass. Let's have the beast and everyone that's really important hiding, because the beasts can't hide. Well, that's unfortunate. We'll just keep them behind these trees then. That way, hopefully, a lot of the arrows rain short. I don't want any of my Plague Bearers noticeable to start. Only the single entities who have a much better chance of actually dodging the Ushabti arrows. And Kugath and our artillery are going to try to do some trading. Go ahead and have one of the Nurglings up here in the woods. Add that as kind of a backup rush-in force on both sides. Got a lot of really speedy units, but we have some that can also spawn quite quickly. Furunkel in the back. The other Great Unclean one. They can't hide at all. Lead ones and heroes up front. Infantry. And then the boys. Grab our drones and keep them in the back as well. They're going to struggle a lot against the Ushabti. You need to be in group 1 there, my friend. Group 1. Kevin and Kugath. I want Kugath at the end. Beautimus. Let's get him. Kugath, your job is to rain death on the Ushabti, not the Doomscorpion. That seems like a mistake. Rain death on the Ushabti. And you do the same. Just move up, start firing on those Hekar horsemen. We're all going to move up into the trees. Smart strategy. I'm going to keep my lads where they're at for now. You have artillery, but so do I. Let's move you so you're not in a bad spot. Same thing with you, Kugath, up on the hill. We'll have our rotten and gallant lad out front. He just kind of trots on his pony. So large, this thing struggles to carry him. Or Nurgle horse. Be great if it like had an extra heavy, ragged breathing.
Over there.
What are you guys doing? Don't go hide. You're not supposed to listen to my battle strategy. Yes, come over here and sacrifice yourselves to Nurgle. We don't waste any more arrows. These Hekar horsemen can switch directions pretty quickly. I'm not going to attack, but we're going to give the impression that we are. Ah, it was a prank. rather have the artillery fire on the Ushabti. We can deal with the small units pretty easily with our cavalry. Scorpion and Ushabti, you're going to be an issue. They absorbed that pretty well. And Kugath missed. Thank you, Kugath. Making me proud. Focus these Ushabti down together. I have no doubt we're going to start seeing some focus fire. That's okay. Alright, the big angry snakes are starting to come with us. How do you know these Nurglings are here? Oh, they popped out. Some skeletal arrows will rip through them. That's fine, they'll survive. Start harassing these Necropolis Knights now. Move these Plague Bearers. Well, I might move all of them. No, we won't. We'll keep them where they're at. Nurglings just rotate. See how much damage they get to a volley on Kugath. Full science. You turn around and start launching shot into the Ushabti. They're really disorganized. Plague rounds going off all over the place. I say Nurgle is the epitome if it's never a war crime the first time, but no, they don't care about the first, second, or third time. It's never a war crime ever for them. Alright, so the first volley of arrows is out. Let's see how much damage. That's actually, that's absorbable. Probably a fair bit of time. We want to draw them back towards our grenade line. Everyone start rotating. Keep our Rotting Gallant out front. His job is going to be to hunt down that enemy Tomb King, and I think he knows it. Go after the Necropolis Knights. They're actually really huge targets. They're really clumped up. How much damage do they get on firing at Kugath? That is a foregone conclusion. Start moving these guys towards our line. Necropolis Knights are having a really bad day. Just can't dodge our elite Black Death. Blast these Ushabti Great Bow, and then Kugath. Turn and punish these Necropolis Knights. Evan is actually dropping out some extra heals as well. They're trying to flank. It isn't going to work like you think, my friends. Nurglings take the defensive positions. Kugath is just able to absorb so much damage. On back there, because these drones are prime targets. I'm going to hold spacebar to see who's being targeted by the enemy archers. Bring the drones back behind the trees. As soon as they're in range, they are uber in trouble. Alright, I'm going to send you back to the back line and go after the Ushabti. I'm curious to see how much the Tomb Scorpion is actually able to do to you. Keep bombarding these Necropolis Knights. And let's have you guys go over the top and try to focus down these Ushabti Great Bows together. There's the enemy Tomb King Lord. And these Sepulchral Stalkers. Get them. You guys move up and use your grenades on the Sepulchral Stalkers instead. That is an important unit to bring down. Codes go wide. Let's bring the Necropolis Knights back with him, so let's go ahead and pull him away from this nonsense. Plague Bears summoned. Send those grenades into the Sepulchral Stalkers if you can. They're trading very well. Summon in some extra Nurglings. You guys go throw down with the Doom Guard. I would prefer you not be here, so just activate all those abilities to get out of that a little bit faster. Send in the Nurglings to bog down who you can. Good business. Pull you away from the Ushabti. It's gonna be very hard for them to actually do anything to him, but let's make sure it stays that way. Extra damage reflection. Those come in and stop these Ushabti from firing, and we'll have the drones come over the top. Finish him from there. Alright, Uncle Furuncle. That is not Uncle Furuncle. Let's drop the melee attack on these Tomb Guard. You rip some armor piercing through. Uncle Furuncle, your job is going to be dealing with these local stalkers who are messing you up. Heals, you guys go after these sepulcrals. Send in the guild, and we can also have our heralds summon in another great and clean one. Heals for the big boy.
Yes.
Send Grandfather into melee. Or Plaguefather into melee. Excellent. You go ahead and land back into these Ushabti. Give yourself the heals you need. Now we can drop in the Rancid Visitations, the other one. As soon as it activates. Melee attack. We managed to get it in time. You guys pull it away. Need to disrupt the Ushabti. Where most of their damage is coming from. So most of these plague drones switch to dealing with the Necropolis Knights. Hold them in place for a moment. Tomb King is actually moving into combat. We're going to bring Black Death out. At least we're going to attempt to. Drop the Tomb King's attack and then rip the Plague through the line. I think we want to do that on both sides, just to be disrespectful. Disrespectful. Heals for all of our Nurglings. We're doing great. These are the explosive ones. Send them on in. Hopefully they don't blow up our own units. I think we've got them. Give him the old thummy blast of doom. Make sure Furuncle's not in any trouble. I think he's doing just fine for himself. Let's send the beasts in to help. Definitely need to try to get some more bound spells on our clean ones now. So the Ushabti in the back line need to be stopped. I think we have the means to do so. Melee defense for everyone in here. And then we should probably drop off some heals. You fly it away, and we'll give the heals to that whole group before we win the battle. Grenades away. Pretty bad showing here for the Tomb Kings. An awesome landscape, though. Looks like they've all had it. Let's go ahead and throw the heals down on what we can. Oh, that's the one that's disappearing. We were bamboozled. A deluge of healing then. Hey. A little away fast enough. We should be able to drop heals off in this big group. No, not fast enough. But still a victory. Yes, somehow we lost 0 in that fight. It still counts as a close victory. Not a single Nurgling lost. That's goals there. We can sack the camp for 5,000 more. I think we will. Absolutely.
Everything from them.
Gold for the swamp. And we'll just turn around and claim the camp.
I'll dissect them.
Brand new base of operation. Part of the jungle secured, which is going to be giving us that much more recruitment cost reduction for Nurglings, and then all of our major characters will get more replenishment for every single major settlement. That's great. It does max out eventually. I think it close to 70%. It says, I think it's 90. Let's see. It will tell you. Where's our replenishment at? Maybe not. There's usually a place where it tells you exactly what the max amount of replenishment is before you're no longer gaining more. Let's grab then Filth Incarnate for more armor and melee defense for our big boys.
Yes.
Cannot believe it gave us a close victory there. Let's go ahead and repair the fetid tree stump. Armor, extra great and clean ones. Or extra chosen. And we're all in on great and clean ones. The Lesser Garden of Blight, and then also the control building. Should make Orion's Camp actually a fairly decent settlement already off the bat. Boil Rag then. Royal Brow. Give you a bunch more Nurglings. The Nurgling Tide cometh. Oh, how did you do that? Lydia's Dread Tongue. She snuck around the back. We reach the Temple of the Elemental Winds. We can as reinforcements. Let's see how brave she is. And Moxia has no current plague. Let's go ahead and drop down. Whichever one just gives us a bit more experience per turn. The Crumbling Ague. Hopefully that starts spreading around. It'd be great if we got all the way up here to the Grand Duke, but that would be wishful thinking. Oh, the rats have declared war on me again. Can't quite reach Taitsu. We don't like the deserts very much, so I kind of just want to leave that to Tzinch. Let's move down here to attack Taitsu then. We'll go into the camp stance, just so we don't have any issues with being ambushed. We'll move to crush Taitsu here next turn. Just a bunch of Skaven slaves.
No point.
We have lots of rats to pack into the plague vats. Albus, take your journey back up north towards the Black Fortress. This is when Grimgor attacks.
Harold, go.
Boyle Brown's job is to defend Teotihuacan. Let's let him build up some magic a little bit faster. All the way up to max. There is a high chance we get jumped by lizards very soon. Rebellion here at the Broken Lands. We just need to claim Fu Hung back from the Kraken Lord. All in due time. Miracle Corruption's already at max. So let's go for all of the extra income and a plague spreading chance.
How dare you stem the spread of my glorious...
Yes, we've been doing a very good job of stemming our plagues. He wants peace again. Are you willing to give us more gold than this? I'll extract all the money you have. So instead of 1,200, what about 1,450? Are we willing to give us that still? Or no? We'll find out. Just exactly.
Good.
Peace for now.
Together.
No, not together we bring ruin, but they're going to attack the village of the Tigermen, which is just behind us here. A bunch of Nurglings. Nothing we can do about that. There's just a little bit too many of them, so that's that. Broken Lands have rebelled against us. Drift Fangs and the Grimgor have confederated on up. And she chose to go past us. Ruki always strike first. She gets Vanguard deploy. I don't think it's going to matter. Our Locus of Virulence is done. Close contact is but one vector by which Nurgle's ruinous gifts may be shared. Once a strain mutates sufficiently, it can be equally contagious when hurled through the skies at speed. 100% more ammunition for all of our range-based units. Now we'll just have Moxia here switch over into Summoning Stance and crush Plitius. Close victory with medium casualties. No way, but we'll just take that one. Then I want all of the extra gold. Favor, as it were. We'll just move in to deal with Silly Goof. Silly Guff. Don't touch Nurgle Herald. You were in my lands, so you need to leave. You have been evicted. Blocked by it as is, we just won't worry about spending too much rebuilding things. Put in the Cultist Camp because it's real cheap. And then... how many turns does it take to put in a Nurgle Hollow? Just one? Let's go for it. Make them much more defensible. We'll lose them likely immediately, but make them much more defensible.
Father Nurgle.
Alright, Grand Duke. Stretch Ring Wrench is here. Kaitsu will actually have probably some pretty decent rats hiding in the walls. See if there's anything we can do to help out. Eastern Malady. There's actually nothing to help with the Skaven, which is kind of funny. Fleshy Abundance, like overcome the Skaven natural immunity or something. Obviously, that's not the name it would go for, but along those lines. Anything that's going to make our troopers more dangerous. Blight Boils for Grid Unclean ones is pretty nasty. Bonus versus infantry. We don't have actually that many Plague Beasts out, or Beasts of Nurgle. Extra uses for the bound spells. Is there anyone that give us strong go ones? Armor Piercing for Furies. Yeah, let's either go for, not Children. Bound Rancid Visitations or Bound Blight Boil. Or the Blight Boil.
The rot horde.
Send the Grand Duke possibly to his doom. He's in March. Oh, they did try to ambush us. So there's a lot of rats here, but it's gonna give us an easy Pyrrhic victory. Easy-ish. Alright, well let's start off the next episode with a proper battle against the hordes of Skaven slaves coming out of Clan Eshin's mines there. For now, I'm out of time for today. I've been Space Wizard War. Leave a like for the light god in us, sub for the sub. See you on the next one.